they hear the accent. Oh, where are you from? Oh, yeah, I'm from Congo. Oh, where is that? It's one of the countries in Africa. Oh, that's crazy. My auntie went to Africa at the safari. She took these pictures. Do you know these monkeys? Do you know these monkeys? These monkeys that my auntie took while she was in Africa. Do you know them? So much so that I was like, yeah, that is Puma. That is the neighborhood monkey. That's how I went to school. I went on top of monkey like this. And then we Hello, welcome back to Bennystake. I'm your girl Benny, and today we're gonna be doing a Q&A. If you've been following me on Instagram, then you know that yesterday we did like a Q&A because somebody asked if I could do a Q&A, and I was like, well, I guess we are gonna do a Q&A. Why not? And so people had some great questions, you know, some philosophical, some funny, some random, but I was just kind of like, it was too long. You know those people that be on Instagram and then their storyline is now just like a bunch of dots because they don't post it so much. That was me, and I genuinely do not like to do that to people because I feel a little spammy. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. Definitely check out the description box. I'm hosting another Afrobeats dance class that's going to be happening on April 27th. Pull up on us, pull up on us. I also have a luxury business with my sister called Bnb. Definitely book us if you live in Connecticut, or if you live in New York, we are close enough where we can service those areas as well. Definitely book us, do all of the things. I'm trying to get my money together. Okay, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe because again, YouTube can be an avenue for me, but I really need your support. Subscribe. I'm on a journey to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I am nowhere close. I'm not growing the way that I anticipated or the way that I had hoped I would grow. So your help and your support goes a long way, okay? But this question was, were you born in Congo? When did you move to the US? How was integration for you? I think it was the how was integration for you that made me want to save this for YouTube. So I was born in Congo, in Kinshasa, which is the capital. That's where I was born. Nazamana Mboka, ba Congolese, ba Congolais, Boya, to Sangana, all that good stuff. I was born in Congo. I left Congo when I was maybe 11 years old when we left Congo altogether. But in between we moved. We went to Matadi. I stayed in Matadi for a little while. For the Congolese people, they know that's another province in Congo. I stayed in Matadi. What is this? Ah, why is my sink acting like their stomach is growling? What was that? Okindogitonin. Unannounced though, this sink was just like, what is this? Anyway, so I stayed in Matadi for a little bit with my grandparents. Then we moved to Lubumbashi. That's where I learned a little bit of Swahili. And then once we left Congo altogether, we went to Zimbabwe. We stayed there for 5 years or some change. And then we came into the US. The integration was hard because low-key in my life, I've always felt like a nomad because we done just moved quite a bit. You know, we just moved quite a bit. But integration was hard because, like I said in my stories, people always expected that I'd be dumb. I don't know why. There's this thing where like Americans, white Americans, black Americans, Asian Americans, Latino Americans, all kinds of Americans, they look at Africans in general as if we're the dumbest of the dumb. And I'd be like, how y'all, because as I'm calculating, how y'all arriving at that conclusion? What is it about somebody having an accent lets y'all know that they dumb? What is it about coming from Africa? Okay? Africa that is a continent, mind you. Africa that is not a country. Okay? I am from Congo. There are people from Nigeria, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Ghana. There are people from South Africa. There are people from Namibia, from Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, so many countries, Cameroon. All those countries are in Africa. But y'all don't be knowing that. As a group, some of y'all don't be knowing that. But then we'll look at us, people that come from African countries, looking at us as if we are the ones that are dumb because of our accent. Mind you, as I was calculating, you didn't even know that Africa was a continent. Hello? You did not even know that Common Africa was a continent. But it's us that you look at as if we are dumb. That was always so weird and odd to me in a way that I never understood. So integration was hard. When I was in school, people would look down on me, assuming I was dumb. Teachers would look down on me, assuming I was dumb. I'll never forget Miss Garcia, okay? Because they pulled me in ESL class. Why was I in ESL class when I just told y'all? I lived in Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, they speak English as well as Shona and many other languages. I learned how to speak English in Zimbabwe. I may have had an accent. I may have said certain words with like a different kind of connotation, but I understood what was going on. I knew what was going on. I knew what was being said to me. Why they pulled me in beginner ESL level with Miss Garcia? Mind you, I'm talking to the teacher in English. I'm writing everything in English. But I was in the beginner level. And so while we were in class, there were some people, some students from Haiti, and there were some students from other parts of Africa. I think one of them was from like Kenya. Was it Kenya? It was some kind of African country, but they also spoke Swahili. And then the Haitian students, they spoke French. Both languages that I speak. So why was I in that ESL class? Essentially translating and helping out the other students pick up the language, because those students actually did need, support. The teacher, I would communicate with her. She's telling me things in English. Now I'm translating it to all these different languages. But then I was like, yo, this class is low-key beneath me. I am above this class. You need to pull me at advanced English so I can learn English classes like all the rest of the people. I want to know how to write. I want to know how to do all those things. The teacher will not let me go, y'all. Miss Garcia will not let me go. Oh no, you're not ready as an immigrant. You still have to make sure that you're passing the class. And I'm like, ma'am, I am passing the class. She did not want to let me go. So in class, I would essentially just sit there, teach essentially with her and help her teach the other kids. I was so annoyed. And then one day I was like, nah, what y'all not gonna do, okay? What y'all not gonna do on this here America? What y'all not gonna do is piss me off and waste my time, okay? What you're not gonna do is waste my time. So then I went to the guidance counselor's office. I was like, look, I do not want to be in this class. I think I'm advanced, okay? I know I'm advanced. Get me up out of here, okay? Go ahead and get me up out of here. Mind you, this is a black woman. As I'm talking to her, we are talking in English. I'm not speaking in tongues. It's in English that I'm telling this woman, I am advanced. Get me up out of here. That baby gonna say no, because you're an immigrant, you have to go through the proper channels. We have to make sure that you're able to efficiently speak in English. Now, mind you, as she's talking, she would slow down. She would do these things so like, we have to make sure that you are advanced enough to pass the class. And I'm looking at like, who are you talking to breaking all the syllables? I can understand you. I can understand what you're saying. Mind you, I'm 16 at this point. I'm like, I can understand what you were saying. I came to you talking in English. Yeah, I have been in a class where they're teaching me I am Benny. My name is Benny. I want to eat. Where is the bathroom? Ma'am, what is this? And so this baby is like, okay, fine. If you really think you're that advanced, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the test. And if you pass the test, only if you pass the test, that's when we're going to move you from the ESL class into the regular English class. And I was like, give me the test right now. That baby's like, oh, you got to prepare. I said, no, give me the test right now. I'll take the test right now in your office. Give me the test. That baby gave me the test in about 5 minutes. Passed this stupid ass test, okay? Because the whole thing was dumb. The test gave nothing and a half, okay? It gave nothing and a half, and I had to sit through that to prove a point that just because I am from Africa that I am not dumb. I'm not anti-ESL classes. There are so many of my peers who came from Congo, who came from different parts of the world that do not speak in English, where they needed the ESL class. But I was not one of those people. And just because I come from Africa, just because I come from an African country, it does not mean I am dumb or that I don't understand what is going on. Even if I do not speak English, that does not mean I'm dumb. I have a language. I speak Lingala, I speak French, and at the time I used to speak Swahili a little bit more fluently. I have a language. I am not dumb. So I passed the stupid test and said, congratulations, this, that, and the third, and she had this whole speech. And I was just kind of like, next, get off my face. What is this? So then they moved me to the class. Miss Garcia was mad. I'm talking about that baby was mad. Then I realized this. Low-key, I made her job easier. Because she was a Spanish-speaking person, but because she was Spanish-speaking, she would essentially translate to the Spanish-speaking students to just like make her class a little bit more efficient. Because I spoke French, I would translate to some of the Haitian kids who did not speak English. And then because I spoke Swahili, I would translate to the other Swahili kids who did not speak English. So altogether, I was out here being her assistant teacher. So instead of them to support me in what I needed to do, no. Because I was African, I was automatically dumb. Which is so sad because when you think about it, we are all the same people. Hello? Especially black people, we're the same. Read your books. We're the same. Some of us stayed behind, okay? Some of y'all went to get your Titanic on and the boat landed in different parts of the world. We are the same. We are the same. So for us to have this unnecessary hierarchy to think that some are better than others and, it's dumb. As I'm calculating, once I put in the equation, the answer is dumb. Altogether dumb. Stop it. Integration was hard for that reason. And if you went to basic and you were trying to claim me as a friend, please do not. There are 3 people that I recognize as my friends. I will give you their names. Shatika Knight, Malik Baje, and John Diemu. Those are the 3 people that treated me like I was a human person. Tika treated me like I'm a human person. Tika is one of the few people that treated me like I was a human person. Hence why till today we're friends. John was also from Congo, and because they was like, okay, the Africans are here. Whenever anybody came from Africa, these teachers will find me as if it's me. As if it was me that was the representative of all the African people. They will find me. Soon as John and his brothers came to school, they were like, yeah, they came to find me. And I was like, where are you guys from? Congo? I'm like, oh, Bandeko. So we started chopping it up in Lingala. Naturally, we became friends. Naturally. So if anybody else gonna see me and be like, oh my gosh, I know you do now. Hello? As far as I'm concerned, I had 3 classmates. Amen? Shatika Nai, Malik Baje, and John Diemu. We went to school, the 4 of us, and nobody else was there because they acted like I was not there, okay? I ran track, I sang, I even sang the national anthem, for our graduation. I performed at the talent show. But all that I did, I was still and always was the African girl. And then it wasn't better in college either, because then you deal with white people. And they're the worst. Oh my God. They are the worst. Because the reality is, they'll have one of their auntie or something that took a visit, to the safari. Okay? And of course, you know how they like to brag, how they went with the Africans. They did a little service to the Africans. So then the story will go around that they traveled to Kenya or something and they did some things with the Africans. And so when their child that is now with me in college, they hear the accent, oh, where are you from? Oh, yeah, I'm from Congo. Oh, where is that? It's one of the countries in Africa. Oh, that's crazy. My auntie went to Africa at the safari. She took these pictures. Do you know these monkeys? Do you know these monkeys? These monkeys that my auntie took while she was in Africa. Were they your pets? Dumb as hell. Like, so much so that I was like, yeah, that is Puma. That is the neighborhood monkey. That's how I went to school. I went on top of my kid like this. And then we That's how I went to school. When Puma, my monkey, was not available, I used my lion, Simba. Okay? I can command a lion right now. Bring a lion. I will command it. Eh? Okay? I will get on top and then grab the little, the little head. And then we'll do like this. For more of an adventure, I will use the elephant. Okay? For me, I struggle because I'm small. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'2" on a good day. So climbing on top of the elephant was a little hard. But what I did was, I first climbed the coconut tree. I'll hang it like this. Then I'll go. Okay? Once I reach the top high enough, I will tell my elephant, elephant, yaka wa yaka, because I'll command. Stand right here. Okay? When my elephant gets there, okay, from the tree that I was holding on like this, all right, from the tree that I was holding on like this, okay, I will jump and say, whoop. Sometimes I'll even land on their trunk, and then my elephant will carry me, okay, back on the back, and then we'll just walk like this. That's how I went to school. You know why? Because I'm African. And as Africans, that's what we do. We run around with animals. Just dumb. Or you have their parents who worked with somebody from like Nigeria, Sierra Leone, just some person from Africa. Because they like to brag about how they interact with the Africans. Story will go around that my mama at the office, they work with an African. So when their child will see me at school, in college, we in class, they hear an accent, they gonna ask, where you from? From Congo? Where's Congo? One of the African countries, like, in Central Africa. Well, that's crazy. My mama at her office, she works with these Africans. His name is Toby. Do you know Toby? Yeah. Of course I know Toby. Why would I not? Africans, we know each other. Toby. Of course I know Toby. Toby, is Toby not that Puntakite's brother? That's Toby now. Yeah, I know Toby. We had lunch. We had lunch. What did you people eat for lunch? We ate dogs. Next question. What difficulties, if any, have you faced as an immigrant? Same thing I said, right? Having to work 75 times harder to prove yourself, right? You're never black enough to the blacks. You are clearly just a weirdo, who runs around with monkeys, who the white people have to save. And so you're in both of these spaces, and it's just like an awkward place to be. But you know you're smart, you know you're kind-hearted, you know you're fun, you know you're funny, you know you're all of those things. But in most of those spaces, you can't be any of that. They ask you dumb questions. Did you live in huts? Do you have cars? And I'm like, it can't be crack that you guys are on. Because crackheads, they cool down the street. Okay? We all have seen crackheads, the neighborhood crackheads, they be chill. They'll talk to you about everything and nothing. They be chill. So it can't be crack that a lot of y'all be on. Just dumb. It just was crazy. I don't know how many other Africans have experienced this, but my God, coming here from an age where you still had to go to school, you still had to integrate yourself, it was annoying. My younger sisters faced the same thing. It just was annoying. Annoying. And then don't get me started on colorism. Don't get me started on texturism. Don't get me started on all of the isms. You see my nose? Okay? You see the nose. Y'all should never confuse, y'all should never have questions as to whether I'm African or not, baby. The nose will let you know. Okay? When I'm sick, expansion. I'm talking about westward expansion. I am as African can get. So you get those jokes. You get a whole lot of things. Unnecessary. Integration was unnecessary. It still is, to some extent, unnecessary, which is part of the reason why I work for myself. Comment down below if you're an immigrant or if you came here as a refugee. How was that experience for you like? Because for me, it just was like a lot of stupidity. And I blame the U.S. Educational system, because they don't teach nothing but U.S. When we were in school back at home, we learned about other parts of the world. Y'all learn nothing other than U.S. stuff. And it shows, okay? If y'all see like a change in the quality of the video as the video progresses, it's because my camera keeps overheating and dying on me. Excuse that, just, focus. Next question says, are you involved in the Congolese community? I want to say yes and no. Yes, I was. No, currently, because where I'm at, I don't see a big Congolese community of people my age. Yes, I was, because a lot of my friends, I know Benedict, Teresa, Francine, just like a lot of my friends, John that I mentioned and stuff like that, we were all just like, together, we'd hang out. My friend Tete and I, we used to do like cookouts every year. Like we'll plan like an actual cookout literally every year. Danny, like just like a whole bunch of us that came, from Congo. We all used to hang out and get together. But everybody has moved from school. Everybody has moved for different reasons. Some for school, for work, and just like life has taken them in different parts of the world. And so I haven't made any like new friends like that within the Congolese community. The church that I go to is not Congolese. So yes, I was, and no, I'm not. It's just kind of like weird, but I love my people. Don't get me wrong. I love my people. Whenever there are people that I can connect with, I just be like, dang, like, let's connect. And whenever you guys come online and be like, yo, like you're one of our sisters, and I just be like, yes, like, let's unite. I refuse and I reject the idea that Congolese people do not like each other, that Congolese people do not know how to get together. No. Some Congolese people, just like there are any people in any groups of people, there's jealousy, there's hatred, there's all of those things. But there are some good people. There are some good people that will ride for you. There are good people that will be there for you. There are people that will just, support you and do all of the things. So I refuse to believe that lie, It's just, you find your people or you do not. We're not bad people. We're loving people. I'm a great person, And I'm Congolese. Hello? Next question, how do you make friends as an adult? Making friends should not be as hard as it is, but it is. And I think sometimes social media has made it hard. People don't know how to really talk. People don't know how to really be open and vulnerable. People hide behind their phones. People hide behind their social media presence and don't really know how to be open and raw. By God's grace, that's not something that I I struggle with. I am an authentic person, and I will talk to anybody. Now, when it comes to like being close friends, there's certain things that I require, right? Like, you have to be someone that's reliable. You have to reciprocate my effort, because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to bother you with a good time, because I'm a good time. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a good time. I'm not going to bother you with a good time. I will check in on you. I will text you. I will, support you, whatever you're doing. But if I notice that this is becoming a one-way street, nah, it's a wrap for me. You know what I'm saying? Because the only relationship that I feel like certain things will not be reciprocated equally is one between me and my Savior, okay? Everything he did for me, I have no intention of doing for him. I'm not dying for him, okay? He know my heart. I'm not doing that, okay? Now, I love the Lord, all right? But I'm not willing to die and do a whole lot of that. I'm just not going to do that. He did that, and I feel like that dynamic makes sense. You die, I'm going to be over here, getting my praise on, and just like appreciating the love. You know what I'm saying? Does that make me sound unchristian? I don't think it does. I know I will never love God the way he loves me. I understand that. And I feel like he kind of knows. We were not deserving of his death, and he died anyway. Like, he knew we wasn't going to love him for real, for real. We try. The more we get to know him, like, we try. But, like, I'm not down. You know what I'm saying? So, Jesus Christ. But the point that I'm saying is, like, I require reciprocity. And as adults, it's kind of hard because life is lifing and all that stuff. But no, for real, seriously, put yourself out there. Join different groups and different things that you feel like you have an interest in. So for me, I've made a couple friends through church, right? Like, I've made friends through church because we were in church, we're talking to each other. I'll talk to anybody in church, we're just vibing out, and if our characters also align, then we can be friends that way. Try Zumba around, your gyms. There's so many different ways that you can make friends, and if you want to try digitally, the people that you see online, talk to them and just be like, hey, like, how you doing? If you guys are around, connect that way. There are also friendship apps. There's one that I know of called Vina. I tried that once. I met one really cool girl. She's from Ghana, but then the rest of the people were weirdos. But if you want to do that, try, making friends online as well. But the best thing is just like when you're in spaces where you've never met somebody, put your phone down. Talk to somebody. How you doing? How'd you get to come here? You know what I'm saying? How do you know the celebrants? What do you do for work? Just like make conversation. Did you watch that show? Did you see that video online? Oh my gosh, go ahead and show them the video. Spark a conversation. Y'all don't do that. Y'all be like this right here. And then wonder why we ain't got no friends. Everybody tweeting. Everybody talking about their feelings online. Ain't nobody talking about their friends. Ain't nobody talking about their friends. Ain't nobody talking to their friends. And then y'all got this dumb thing that y'all came up with, the low maintenance thing. Dumbest thing y'all have ever come up with. Okay? Corniest thing. Corn on the cob. Okay? Low maintenance friendships, corn on the cob. Corn on the cob. Y'all have made it okay to disappear on the people that care about you. Y'all have made it okay to go months unannounced, not talking to the people that care about you. On some like, I'm a low maintenance friend. We can just go unannounced, and then when we come together, it's always gonna be love. What is this? Are you mad or are you dumb? If Tunde, okay, if Jacob, okay, that was trying to cross your vaginal canal, okay, decided unannounced that they're gonna go ahead and ghost you for months on end because they are a low maintenance partner who don't need to be talking and checking in on you every day, you will not get online and celebrate that. But for some reason, the people that God has blessed us with, the people that are in our lives, we get on here and talk about, oh, I'm just low maintenance. I don't have to text you. I don't have to text you back. I don't have to respond. Like, are you dumb or are you stupid? Relationships take work. Friendship is a form of a relationship. It takes work. You gotta be present, okay? Because one thing about me, I'm not chasing you down. I'm not doing all that extra stuff. Okay? If you don't like texting, call somebody. If you don't like calling, let's go out for coffee. Do something. That's how I think you can make friends. Get off your phone. Next question says, how is married life? Married life is sweet. My husband is the greatest blessing of my life. When God really said he loved me, he really meant it. When he said me my husband, he meant it. Okay? I love my husband. God is good. You know, he's a man that I didn't even pray for. He's a man I didn't know to pray for. But God, you know, did exceedingly and abundantly above all I could even think to ask. My husband is great. I love him. You know, I love my baby. So married life is good. You know, it's very good. It's very good. Okay. You know, it's very, very good. Next, do you cook every day? No, because who really has time to cook every day? But I cook for most of the time. And because some of the foods that I make, so pondu gets better by the third day. Okay? Banamboka boyebi. So lami pondu. 2-3 jours, you know, elengi. You know, traditional food, especially like traditional Congolese food, some of them can, you know, it can take you a couple of days. So like I make pondu like maybe once a week, you know, and I think I cook maybe 4 times a week. I'll make like a pondu. I'll probably make like a pasta or something, and that usually goes like, you know, we'll eat some leftovers. And then like I love me some salmon, salmon. Okay, salmon. I like salmon. I like salmon. Okay, so I make like a salmon with like a little salad, depending. I eat anything, you know. I'm very diverse with what I eat, so I'll eat anything. And so I don't cook every day. I cook at least 4 times a week. Usually when I make pondu, 3 days is good. Like we eat it the first day I made it, the second day, and by the third day, it tastes even sweeter. It tastes better the older it gets. Well, don't eat it for the 5th day, because at that point you're just gonna be, you and the toilet's gonna be bestie. Don't do that. And I'm on a weight loss journey, so sometimes I meal prep my foods. Like I'll make little to my things for myself, and I'll meal prep it that I'll eat for lunch. Because some of the things that I'm trying to eat to lose this weight, my husband has no interest in eating. So sometimes I'll meal prep that, or sometimes I'll just portion whatever it is that I'm already cooking for the house and just like let it do what it do. But yeah, not every day. I wish I just was, you know, a stay-at-home wife that I could do that every day, but I'm not. So I still work. So that's that. So next question says, are you Nigerian? You sound like one of us. Would recognize that saltiness any day. Okay. I've gotten this question so many times. I am not Nigerian. Like I said, I am Congolese. However, in Congo, and even when I stayed in Zimbabwe, a lot of the films that we watched was Nollywood movies, right? So I watched a whole lot of Nollywood movies. I'm talking about, you know, Patience Ozoko, Pete Dochi, like, you know, Genevieve Nanji, Omotola, all of the big names. Like, those are the movies that we watched, along with, you know, the theatres that from Congo. We did the theatres. We did Tanzanian films that we used to watch when we were younger, Tanzanian shows. We used to watch, you know, Le Bobo Diouf, you know. So we just watch a diverse, you know, a diverse varieties of shows. I don't even know if that makes sense. But amongst those, literally Nigerian movies, Nollywood, I'm talking about, we consumed so much of their content, so much of their super story, especially when we're in Zimbabwe, once we started learning English. Oh my God, I'm talking about the shows that we would watch was a lot of them were Nigerians, a lot of the Nigerian movies. We also watched a lot of telenovelas, K-pop, a lot of American shows. We just watched a whole lot of, you know, different shows that were not just Congolese. And I don't know why I just gravitated a lot towards Nigerian movies and Nigerian slang and Nigerian language. And also, my husband is Congolese, but he grew up in Nigeria. So once I met him, we've been together, it's almost like 7 years now. We've been together for a minute. And so the songs that I listen to, very heavy on Afrobeats. Like I'm talking about Nigerian Afrobeats. I'm a piano and them are coming up and doing the things. But like, you know, he watches Nigerian movies too, so he'll put me on onto that. And him amongst his siblings, they talk pidgin. They talk pidgin. And so hanging out with him and hanging out with them, eventually, with the movies that I would watch, the music that I would listen to, and then being married to somebody while Congolese still grew up, with Nigeria, like he has a very, heavy Nigerian, influence on his life. That just translates some of the things subconsciously I'm not even realizing I'm doing. Um, that's how I sound. I think that's the only explanation. That's how I feel like I sound a little bit Nigerian. But I've also gotten that I sound like I'm from Kenya. I've gotten so many different, you know, different accents and different tonalities. And I just feel like it's because who texting me? I just feel like it's because I've taken on a whole lot of different cultures, and I'm always mindful not to appropriate anything. I'm never trying to appropriate anybody's culture or take on anything that's not of my own, but I feel like subconsciously it's been happening more and more with some of the things that I'll say that I've seen maybe in movies or that I've heard my husband say just because of the influence. But no, I'm not Nigerian. Myself, I'm not Nigerian. I'm not. True Nigerians, when they see me like in person and they hear the way I talk, they make fun of me because it's like I kind of see where you're going with that, but it's like no, like they can tell that my accent is not, Nigerian, but the mannerisms, I think it's also just similar amongst us, like the facial expressions. My mom, even when we're young, should do things like this. Just dramatic, things like that I ended up picking up as well. But I'm not Nigerian. I just took on a whole lot of Ya's culture, a whole lot of Ya beautiful dialect. I've just taken on a whole lot of that. But forgive me, myself, I'm not okay. I no go do again. I no agree. Okay. My favorite thing to say is I no agree. I no agree. It is well, Shabiko. We will. Like you see. It's just like I've just heard it so many times in movies, like Patience Ozoko and Ngozi and them. It's like, oh my God, Missy Johnson. It's just eventually you're just like, okay, you know. All right, so some of these I'm gonna try to do like rapid round, and I'm gonna leave like the full screen that I screenshotted right here. The first one is no question, just here to wish you a happy birthday. My friend Chantel wishes everybody a happy birthday, even if it's not their birthday. But thank you, Chantel. You're so funny. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I've never considered myself to be funny, but I guess I am funny. I don't know. I don't know. Do you have any children, Miss Benny? No, I already told you people I'm a virgin. Okay, I'm a virgin. So I have no kids. If y'all ever see me with a child, just know that is Jesus' brother. Okay? If y'all see me with a child, okay? Just know that the Holy Spirit came upon me. Me, I'm producing Jesus' younger brother. Alright? I don't be having no sex. Okay? I ain't had no sex. Alright? I ain't had no sex. So that's that. Next question said, you make me cackle and laugh out loud. I love you all the way from South Africa. Thank y'all. All the South Africans, thank y'all so much. Y'all are just the best. I also watched a whole lot of South African shows, especially in Zimbabwe. But so I could never. I just could never. I could never. My tongue could never replicate that. I've never been to South Africa, but it is a goal of mine to visit South Africa like real bad. It's a place that I want to go. It's so rich in history. I want to learn all of the history, not Nigeria and South Africa. I really am excited for that. What is your favorite Bible verse in this current season? Well, my favorite verse in general, I think it's in Romans 8:28. But all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to His purpose. And one of those things, that is always my favorite verse in my entire life, because honestly, it lets me know that no matter what, everything's gonna be okay. God loves me, and I love the Lord. Not in equal amounts, like we've established, but I love the Lord, and the Lord loves me. And every single day, I do my best to lead a life that is aligned with what His purpose and His goal is for me. So it's just like it grounds me to know that everything is gonna be alright. This one says, "Love from South Africa. How have you been?" No, I have not. I've not been in South Africa. When was the last time you went back to Congo? Since the last time I left, I've never been. Last question on this screen is, how did you become Christian? I was born African and my mother was Christian, so by default I had to have been Christian. My mama didn't play that, like, take your unbelief and witchcraft somewhere else. Okindokinin. Ofana nanda kunangayo banganzambete. Boni boyko. My mom made sure we was all Christians, okay? So I just grew up believing because my mom said to believe. Otherwise, she was going to beat the witches, okay, out of me. So I grew up believing for that reason. But obviously, that was never really like a belief in God. I actually share one of the videos of how I came about to just know God for myself. But to make a long story short, I eventually just got tired of the condemnation and got tired of having to earn my keep. I really wanted to tap into that grace and just kind of like that vibe where I truly recognize the sacrifice of God and know that I can replicate it. I can, I can do it better. I can't earn it. I can't do nothing about it other than just accept it. Once I came to that realization, I gave my life to Christ for myself, and it wasn't even in a service. What country in Africa are you from? I'm from Burundi, and I'm mad in love with your content. Thank you so much. I am Congolese. Thank you. Love from Burundi. I love all the love. Thank you very much. You are lovely, no question. As are you. Thank you. Next question. Can I send you some merch? Here's the thing. I feel like if you want to send me anything, please email me. Because I don't just accept any and everything. I want to be mindful and I want to steward this platform better, and I don't want to share things for the sake of sharing them. So if you email me what exactly you do and what exactly you're trying to send to me, I will let you know whether or not you should send it. I'm never going to be the person that takes your stuff. I'm assuming you're a small business. I don't want to take your stuff if it's not something I would necessarily use or if it's something that I won't necessarily promote, right? So email me. My email is going to be left right here. Always email me if you want to send me anything. Email me. I will respond and let you know whether or not you can send me the things. Somebody recently asked me to send me some hair stuff, like as far as like, maintaining like natural hair. And I had to say no, although it would be great for me to have products, because I do use products, but I do not create content around hair, right? Because I don't really know how to take care of my hair by myself, and I don't want to just jump and be like, oh, free products. Now I take your product and I don't know how to properly showcase it. I don't know how to properly, really use it in a way that I'm gonna share positive results about it, or that I'm gonna use it in the way that it was intended to be used. You know what I'm saying? So I had to politely decline and be like, hey, it's just not gonna be authentic for me. So maybe find somebody else. But if I'm ever shopping for things, I will buy your stuff. And then not have that pressure flag. Well, I sent her some things. No, I don't want that. So email me, okay? Next question. What type of music gets you through a difficult day? I need some tips right now. I believe I responded to this on Instagram as well, but worship music. If I'm really having a hard day, we're going to take it to Jesus. My husband swears you lived in Liberia because of your accent. See? I get, everybody says I sound like them. I just don't know why, but I feel like I get the Nigerian one a lot. No, I've never lived in Liberia. Have you considered, or do you already do stand-up comedy or any kind of acting? No, I've never done, but I'm never gonna close the door. If Jesus opens it, I'm not gonna say no. How old are you? I am 28 years old. Have you always been this funny? I've never thought of myself as funny. Like I said in the response on Instagram, I've never been the funniest kid in class. I'm not the funniest in my family. In my opinion, my youngest sister is. So I don't know. I've never, I feel like I said things funny. I feel like I'm goofy, but I've never considered myself to be funny. But if God gonna call me funny, I'm not gonna say no. Can we get a few pieces of content with your youngest sister? I guess this person responded after I responded. If she wants to, I don't ever be that person to be like, yeah, I get it. Like, I just don't want to do that, right? This is something that I chose to do for myself, to put myself out there. I also have to respect the privacy of everybody around me. Are you accepting friendship application? Because I love your energy. Thank you guys so much. Yo, I get this quite a few times on some like, y'all wanna be my friend in my head. Not in my head. In y'all's head, I'm your best friend, or you wanna be my friend in real life. Listen, if we ever meet and we're vibing out, we're vibing out. Like I don't, I love people, I love community, I love hanging out with people. If y'all think being my friends is gonna call for me to talk to y'all sometimes the way I make like funny content on social media, it won't, because if you're going through something and your friend calls you a crackhead, you're going to want to fight them. And I do not fight. The Lord defends me. We've established that. You know what I'm saying? But no, if we meet up, yeah, hey bestie. I'm not turning down any person that God gonna put in my life. I'm not turning nobody down. What is your testimony? Someday I will share. Not today, but someday I will share. I'm from Venezuela in the US, and same, people think I'm stupid because of my accent. I love your content. It's so unfortunate that immigrants are experiencing this all around. It's just like really dumb. How did you decide to do content creation? I want to learn and do it. Any tips? You're so real and genuine. I love you. She said love you. I added the I for no reason. But no, somebody had asked me this in a previous Q&A that I did. The biggest thing is you have to be yourself. I know sometimes when people say that, we think it's a joke, but no, you have to be yourself. I did not start out making this kind of content. When I started out, I was a vegan at the time for health reasons. So I started sharing out the meals that I would eat. And I thought in my mind that I was going to blow up and I was going to be making all these things. But I love cooking, but like not like that, and I love vegan food, but not like that. Eventually, once, I got my health together, I stopped doing vegan content. And so I was like, okay, let me just start sharing, some of the cooking and some of like, the home stuff that I would find. I was doing like a lot of, cute girl vibe, like look at me, like you're looking, like all that kind of stuff that I saw other people doing, and I saw that they were being successful doing those things. I tried that and it didn't work, The success that I feel like I found in numbers and the community that I've been able to build on here with all you guys came once I decided to go ahead and be myself. So the tip is be yourself. What is it about you that is just like that you like that you can make content about? I like talking. I have random thoughts. I share those thoughts. So what is it about you that you want to share? That's your answer. Our next slide, why am I so funny? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still getting comfortable with calling myself funny or accepting when people say I'm funny, so I don't know. Where is my accent from? From Congo, but apparently I'm from everybody's country. Okay? I sound Nigerian to Nigerians, I sound Liberian, I sound all kinds of ways to everybody. So you decide where my accent is from and, let the Lord use you. What's your take on jealous friends? Do not keep jealous friends, okay? Do not keep jealous friends. And also establish what jealousy really is, right? Because I feel like sometimes we throw certain things around just because we want to throw some things. Sometimes it's not jealousy. Sometimes your friends are being honest with you about some of the things that you're doing or not doing. Sometimes your friends are trying to hold you accountable, and because you don't want to hear them, you're going to call them jealous, okay? So let's be clear on what jealousy is and what it's not. But if you really are sure that these people are jealous, then why are they in your life? Respect yourself. It's you that's the problem. If you know they're jealous, why are they your friends? Have several seats, okay? Find better friends. Where am I originally from? Congo. You're an amazing woman. Thank you for sharing your human intelligence with the world. Thank you. Thank you that you guys find me intelligent. I appreciate that. I think I'm incredibly intelligent. So thank you for agreeing. I think that's great. Even if you didn't think so, I still think I was intelligent. The funny could be, it could be subjective, but the intelligence part, I kind of have to be intelligent because there's a lot of dumb people online, and I don't want to be dumb. I don't want to be one of the dumb ones. What denomination is your church? You guys, I actually had to Google this one. For real, for real. I grew up, when we were younger, my mother was Catholic. Because she grew up Catholic, and then eventually she just got bored of the Catholic. They moved to slow. And then we became Protestants. But now Protestants have like different categories. And then under the categories, there are categories. Honestly, I don't know. The denomination that I claim is Jesus Christ. Okay? Whatever Jesus Christ of Nazareth is doing, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay? So even in the churches that I go to, if the things that they're saying, they're not aligning with what Sweet Black Jesus is saying, I'm not doing it. So I don't hold myself a slave to, like, I am Kojik, I am, what are the ones? Let me read it. People be Baptists, Episcopalians, Lutherans, Anglicans, Presbyterians, and all kinds of the ends. It's just, I want to follow the heart of God, the heart of Christ. That's just, I don't know. Maybe let me ask Chantel, the church that we currently go to, what it falls under. But, child, I don't know. I follow Jesus, Sweet Black Jesus, okay? What would you say to creepy obsessive stalker that follow and attack on social media? I say nothing, okay? I say nothing. The block button is there for a reason. Let the Lord use you while you use the block button. I don't respond to people coming and make ash crazy ends. The more people have been seeing me, the more unnecessary comments people have been leaving, and I just don't respond. I block, I delete. I block, then I delete. I just don't respond. I suggest you don't either, because the reality is, if you're gonna argue with the clown, we're not gonna question the sanity of the clown. We're gonna question yours. Okay? So I don't argue. Whatever you think of me, you're right. If I'm annoying you so much, I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna block you so that you never see anything I do. I'm trying to do the work of the kingdom. I just block and I go. The Lord defends me. I'm not trying to do nothing. So that's that. Already, y'all, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. Thank y'all so much for sending your question. I'm going to try to do this like maybe every, once a year or something like that, depending on how we grow, because I just want to stay connected and, engaging with all of you guys. You guys have supported me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you very much. If you haven't yet, subscribe. I want to reach 10,000 subscribers on here, because YouTube actually pays. Instagram and them, they're not giving me nothing. One time they sent me 20 cents, and I was just kind of like, y'all could have kept that. Y'all could have really take that as my donation. Use that to feed the kids in Africa. 20 cents will feed a lot of kids in Africa. Use that for that. Okay? I just was like, what is this? Respect yourself. But YouTube actually pays, but the numbers have to reflect not just the followers, but people watching your videos all the way to the end. So definitely support me in that way as well. And pull up to the dance class if you can. I would love to meet with you. If you live in Connecticut or if you live in New York, Stanford is the middle ground. Pull up on us. It's going to be a good time, okay? I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Bye, Z's.